This is going to be the part 3 video that I said I was going to make in continuation of the part 2 that I previously made about the AuxBeam installation and running the wire and getting the relay and fuse panel installed, the switchboard in the cab, all that. Like I said, I was going to specify and touch on how I got the 40-inch S8 in here. And like I said in the prior video, this idea spawned by, well, Diode Dynamics has a 42-inch light bar kit that goes in this slot. I'm biased to BAW Designs and their products, and kind of took the best of both worlds and incorporated them together in this setup, and got the BAW Designs S8 in here using the brackets that I was able to buy by themselves. I think they were only like 60 bucks. The brackets for the Diode Dynamics 42-inch light bar. Now, the measurement from end to end, or the S8's widest measurement, I believe, if I remember correctly, is 41 3/4 inches. So pretty close to 42. So pretty close to 42 inches, right? So what I was able to do was take these brackets and put a couple of bins in them. Prior, they were mounted, when you got them all over the 3 studs back there, you can see them. There's one of them back there, bolt. They were, you know, yay wider, so it wasn't hard to bend those to accommodate the difference of the width of the 40-inch S8. My only complaint of the brackets is that the thickness of the material, and I believe it's 12 gauge, is too thin. It's not rigid enough to support the weight of the S8. They should be thicker. They need to be 10 gauge in my opinion, maybe even slightly thicker than that. And the only reason that I say that is because when you're, you know, cooking down the road, or even on a, you know, gravel washboard road, or any situation in driving, you know, everything on the vehicle is in a constant state of flux. It's moving, it's rattling, it's you know, it's just the nature of driving. And you know, it's okay that this is moving around. I just don't want it to, you know, really move around a lot. And I think that we're getting more movement out of the rigidity that I think we should have in this light bar from the brackets than we should have. I think this should be a little bit more rigid. And I tried adjusting the slots back there, you know, to get this up a little higher, but it didn't really matter where I adjusted it. It seems that the light bar makes the brackets sag, like they just don't have enough to support the weight. And I do not, for any reason, believe that the 42-inch from Diode Dynamics is any lighter than this. I mean, you know, we're talking like 10% margins in dimensions, if that. So I fail to believe that this is somehow heavier. I think that, in my opinion, these are under-engineered and should be thicker to support the weight of whether that's this light bar or the 42-inch from Diode Dynamics. So what I did is I took some single-sided adhesive foam and put it right there to create my gap, so it's not on the paint, it's not on there rattling. For the time being, I am going to figure out what I can, or what I may do in the future, to make this more rigid, whether that's redesigning the brackets myself out of a thicker gauge. We'll see. But for right now, that's in there. That's what I got going. That's what I came up with. As you can see, it fits in there very nicely. It's cleaning that slot. And what I did is, from Headlight Revolution's website, they have an excellent video to follow on installing the Diode Dynamics 42-inch light bar. And I followed that video, getting this installed in there, which isn't hard, but you know, it's a good guide if you need it. And just kind of watched them do the installation of the 42, and I installed my 40-inch Baja Designs S8 and followed that video as needed and incorporated this light bar, and it worked out great. So there's kind of how it sits in there, and I'm gonna throw in a skid of me going down a back road activating the light bar so we can see how much light, you know, is really getting tossed out of this S8. It's a pretty cool video, pretty impressive just for this single light bar. But anyways, yeah, that's about it, guys. Just wanted to elaborate on that. I know I don't see very many, at least I haven't, maybe there's a kid I don't know about. I have not seen a lot of single row like this 40-inch in this bumper slot. I've seen Baja Designs has a 30-inch, which goes, you know, from here to, you know, same place on the other side. Headlight Revolution has a light bar that goes in this gap here, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know if that was for me. I think right where it's at, I think is a good place for it to be. But each one to their own. Anyways, I will shut up and show you guys what this thing looks like going down the road. All right, guys, going on a night drive on a back road here in our 2018 Tundra. You can see there's our AuxBeam control panel there. I'm going to be using that to activate the S8 light bar, 40-inch in the bumper. Right now we're on low beams with our SAE squadrons, and this is high beams, and this is the S8. And the amount of light that you see on the screen or in the video is accurate to how much light I visibly see with my own eyes right now, and that's how much light is getting tossed out there. So yeah, as you can tell, I mean, it's quite a bit of light. That's why I opted out of putting the ditch lights, especially the pros. Those are very bright lights. I just didn't see it. There's some deer right there. Cool. Squirrel. But yeah, it's a lot of light, and I just didn't see it necessary. So yeah, back down to, well, turn that off so we're legal. There you go, guys. 2018 Tundra with the Baja Designs S8 40-inch in the bumper.